It's time for a vlog. It's been a while. So you're probably wondering what's been going on with the channel at the moment, because we've lost the craft content. That hasn't been happening at all. If that's what you're here for, I do apologise, but there is a good reason for it. So let's start with why I can't do the craft stuff. And the short answer is the video I released back at the start of April, which is my health. I have ME, if you haven't seen that video. I've had it for a very long time without knowing, and only recently diagnosed. So I'm going through the process of applying for PIP, Personal Independence Payment. That's the one that's currently under attack by the Labour government right now, for reasons known only to themselves. But we are not a political channel, so we shan't get into that today. This has meant that after the house move, I just haven't had the energy available to put into making and recording the craft stuff. It's not physically demanding so much as it is mentally demanding, and with everything that's happened with a house move, because it's a very stressful thing where you have to use your brain a lot, I just haven't had the ability to do it. That's not to say that I'm stopping doing it. As I get more and more capable, I will be bringing the craft stuff back onto the channel. It is coming. There's some sewing projects I want to do, there's some miniature painting I want to do, and there's some artwork I want to do. Unfortunately, the artwork videos don't do very well on the channel. They don't get a lot of views. If you're one of the people who enjoys them and leaves likes and even comments, thank you very much. You do make it worth me doing them. The main reasons I do the art videos is people did ask for them, and it also proves that I'm a real person making artwork. I'm not just using a plagiarism machine to cheat. It also helps on my website, that's here, and it's in the description below, because I can link to the YouTube videos so you can see how the piece of artwork that you're going to buy was made, and sort of what it looks like in person, which is very hard to do over the internet. So if you would like some original artwork, then do go to the website and do check those videos out. Even if you skip through to the best bits, you'll get to see what the process is and how it's done, the materials I use, all that kind of thing. If there are any craft type things you would like to see, especially men's clothing is something that I do a lot. Just theatrical nonsense, queer clothing, you know, anything that's a bit extra, then leave a comment, because that's what I enjoy doing, that's what I enjoy creating. Other projects then, well, the van has now finished. The reason that series has been put out so quickly is I just needed to get that one cleared so we can get back onto the other long-term stuff that's still running here. The nature of video editing and release dates and things means that although the van left several months ago, we're only now seeing that video actually happen. I have no idea what's happened to the van. It's no longer mine, so that's it. It's no longer mine. I can't tell you what's happened to it. I hope that the person who took it on has found a use for it. I hope it lives on. It's a great little van. It's just a shame that it decided on what had been a fantastic day out in Hull with my friend Danny to just self-destruct on the way home 2 weeks before I was due to move house. That was great. The next project is the Lanchester. Nothing, unfortunately, has happened with that car while I've been away, because Pat and I were too busy. We had too much going on. So all that happened with the Lanchester, it's been sat in the garage waiting its turn. Pat was giving it a check to make sure nothing was eating it, because you know how much everything seems to like to eat that car. And it's just waiting its turn. I've got some more videos coming on that on the donor car. That's actually ended up being a short series, because we stripped that right down to everything we could possibly get off it, because you know they're quite a rare vehicle. I also wanted the videos to show people how these cars go together, what's involved, how badly they degrade. You'll see what I mean by that when that series actually starts coming out. And yeah, so there is more Lanchester stuff coming, but it is from a little while ago, just because of how my backlog is at the moment and what's happened over the last year. And progress will be happening on that car soon in real time as well. The last project to update you on then is going to be the long-termer, the one that's arguably the star of the channel, at least as far as I'm concerned, which is the Princess. When I was up north, I was using the Princess as my everyday car, as I have done many times over the last 13 years I've owned it. I was commuting to work at the hospital, and for the most part, everything was fine. There will be videos coming out, but there is quite a delay on the Princess videos at the moment. It's just how things have gone with my schedule and everything. So you'll probably forget about this until those videos come out in a few months' time. The annoying thing with the Princess was Christmas Day. I'd gone to see some friends, and because I wanted to have a drink, I was stopping over. And it felt a bit off on the way over. I wasn't really sure why, but we kept on anyway. It was a miserable, greasy, foggy night, very unpleasant. And my ME, which I didn't know that's what it was at the time, but it had flared up because of the cold and the damp and the stress of being in a situation where the car felt off. And a lot of those roads are unlit, and they don't have very heavy traffic, so wouldn't have been ideal. If I did break down, I wouldn't have been able really to get help very easily. I made it there and had a check. Nothing obvious showed itself, so we had a good time, and then went home Boxing Day, and it became very, very clear that there was something very wrong. I couldn't get up to the national speed limit. I had no power, but I did get home. It was about a 60-mile round trip. I did get home, and after I'd recovered, I gave it a check, and it had blown the head gasket. It took me quite a long time to fix that, because I was still recovering from the really bad crash in September, and I didn't have a garage, very cold outside. It wasn't a fun time, but we fixed it, and I carried on using it. And then of course the van came along, and the van took over duties because my mechanical sympathy was like, something's a bit off. And at the time of recording this, the Princess is sat outside on the drive on axle stands again, being put back together, because I managed to pull part of the suspension structure off with my hand. Turns out there'd been a serious rust problem that you couldn't see without dismantling the rear end of the car, and by the time I did see it, it had got dangerous. Bear in mind the car had been through an MOT with this problem, and it just hadn't been seen. No slight on the MOT tester there, it's just where the damage was, just wasn't visible until it got very bad. So I'm in the process of putting the back together. There is videos coming on that in the future, it's just going to take a while until we get there. Suffice to say, I am keeping the Princess, we're carrying on with it. I finally got a new windscreen fitted. That was a saga in and of itself too. So there's been progress on the car, it is getting better and better. I'm just finding odd problems now, as everything else is being dealt with, but we're definitely on the road to recovery with that. Thank you for watching through, just talking ahead of me. I know these videos aren't the most exciting, but they are important to get you up to speed with where I'm at with everything. As soon as I'm able to, I will return to the Cars Crafts schedule for the channel. I just ask that you be patient with me while I work through the health issues, and we'll get there. You know, eventually we'll get there. I've noticed that I haven't really lost any subscribers, particularly since the schedule's been a bit upended, so thank you for sticking with me. And it would be really, really nice if by the end of this year we can hit that magic 1,000. We're not that far off now. We're around about 730, 740 as I record this. So that's respectable enough for this channel, I think. but we'll see where we end up in the future. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to check the description box below for links to ways that you can support me financially. And if you can't do that, no worries. Just liking the videos, subscribing, or sharing what you find here with people that you think might be interested in it all helps very, very much. And I shall see you next Tuesday at 3 PM. And, well, we'll have to wait and see what I give you, because I'm not sure which video you're going to get at the moment. Take care out there, and I'll see you next week.